100 grams protein covered on a vegetarian diet. I'm a vegetarian and I'm super excited to share with you guys how I cover my protein needs without depending on a protein shake. Now, firstly, let's understand what exactly is my protein need. So for a 60 kilogram person, averagely, if you're sedentary or just doing basic workouts like walking or a little bit strength training, you will need approximately 0.8 up to 1.2 grams per kilo of your body. So I could need from 60 grams to 80 grams proteins per day, but we are going to cover 100 grams right here. So first things first, the most important source vegetarians have is all kind of legumes. Now it could be chole, rajma, chickpea, kala chana, it could be black beans, all kinds of dals like green moong dal and lentils. These are such fabulous sources of protein, and not to miss even quinoa. It has all the essential 9 amino acids needed for protein buildup. Well, quinoa is something very unique and very different, but coming back to this, these should definitely be a part of your lunches or even mornings. If you're starting your morning, for example, with soaked sprouts, that is excellent. Second thing I want to talk about is homemade paneer. These days, we know that paneer quality outside has become so bad. There are fake paneers, bad paneers, really bad for your gut. So start making your paneer at home by curdling your milk. Just have to squeeze a little bit lemon in boiling pot of milk. We use Amul milk, you could be using any fresh cow's milk as well, and this could be low fat. Paneer has one issue. About 100 grams will give you approximately 18 to 20 grams of protein. So if you're consuming 100 grams in lunchtime, you've already covered 20 grams here. But the only thing is it should be made out of skim milk because it can have a little extra fat. Another important thing for vegetarians is hung curd. If you're making curd at home and using one bowl for every meal or probably even your lunchtime, if you specifically eat only at lunchtime, it has a lot of prebiotics. So that is good for your gut. Secondly, the protein quantity in approximately 100 grams would be 8 to 10 grams. Another thing, if you're making some rotis for your lunch, if you start adding a little amount of besan or sattu to your dough, it could be a jawar roti, but 50% of the dough is coming from besan or sattu. Every roti that you eat could be approximately 6 grams of protein instead of just 3 grams of a pure wheat-based roti. So you're covering additional protein here, but make sure your lunch is balanced. It has a dal source, some fiber-rich vegetable, a little bit salad, some roti with a little ghee, not too much, and definitely some raita or curd. That's a balanced lunch. Coming to nuts and seeds. If you're starting your morning with some soaked nuts like almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, these are amazing to give you approximately 2 to 3 grams of protein. I know it's sounding less, but every single gram counts. They are giving us essential vitamins like vitamin E and omega-3 fatty acids, healthy fats, which are so good for hormonal health for men and women alike. So morning start with seeds and nuts. Your breakfast could be moong dal chilla out of the dal that we have spoken about. You could make it more richer by adding a complex carbohydrate source like sweet pea, sweet potato patties in the morning. And then matar. Green matar is such a rich source of protein. It's a vegetable but has high amount of protein. And then we discussed about paneer. Coming to soya and tofu as your next source. Every 100 grams of tofu gives you approximately 8 to 10 grams of protein. If I talk about soy, now I'm a hypothyroid. I still consume soy without any concerns, approximately once or twice in my lunches. Soya, 100 grams of dry soya will have approximately 50 grams of protein. That is so huge. But when you cook it, you're not consuming 100 grams. It could be much lesser. So definitely about 8 to 10 grams you can extract from this soya. Lastly, in your dinners, go for something like lentils, pan-grilled paneer, and you will be doing a complete protein-rich day for yourself. Now, if you do eat eggs, even though you're vegetarian, these are an excellent source of biologically available protein. But I just mentioned it, you can definitely do without the eggs as well. If you're thinking of adding a protein shake, please try and understand, are you covering all these sources in the right balance in every single meal? And you will realize that you can make it without depending on protein shake or even eggs. Some important points. Now, your entire day's intake of protein should not happen in one meal because the body cannot efficiently absorb all the protein from that one meal. So ideally scatter it throughout the day. 30 gram rich breakfast, 30 gram rich lunch, and something like 30 grams in your dinner. And if you're adding snacks, something like a handful of peanuts could give you up to 7 grams of protein. If you're someone who is happy to consume Greek yogurt, it will definitely have more quantity of protein compared to the homemade curd. But people have their own inhibitions about, depending on Greek yogurt as well. So one thing, divide your protein intake throughout the day. If you talk about vegetarian sources of protein, these are not complete protein. So you may have to go for combinations like rice and dal, rajma and dal. So satisfying, such a happy meal. But the combinations of roti and dal, roti and paneer, tofu and rice, these make them complete. So everything can be covered. I hope you enjoyed this video and are happy to know that vegetarian food is also enough for your protein needs. Whether you're strength training or a gym buff, you can easily cover all your needs. If you have any questions or queries, please leave your comments in the comment section. I love to read every single comment and I love to help. So if you've had a good time watching this video, please share it with people who are looking for these kind of answers to cover their protein needs. Have a great day.